Welcome back to another Sprocket video. Sorry if you hear like a buzzing. Somebody's taking a shower right now and the bathroom's like right there. They probably just heard that. I'm sorry. But yeah. So we're making a tankette because I saw Patchbits video where he says that they're gonna have like the community thing where you just post your tankette and it gets into the video if he likes it or something like that. And also because I wanted to make French tanks for my French nation in my alternate history to oppose the Soviets, because the French in this timeline are stronger than rest of NATO, because France is split between joining NATO and not joining NATO, and then so southern France doesn't join NATO. They are actually the neutral Republic of France or something like that. I forgot the exact name. I'd have to go double check in my notes. But they begin building tanks to ship them off to Germany, because in Germany there's freedom fighters who don't want to be Western aligned or Eastern aligned, and so they're fighting for free Germany. And so this neutral France is building tanks, and they're not quite so neutral. They're just not aligned. They're more aligned with free Germany than Soviets or NATO. That yap didn't matter. It's just a lame excuse to build a, or not really lame, but it's an excuse to build a tankette. So this tankette is going to be a oscillating turret tankette, inspired off of the ELC BIS and the AMX-13, obviously. And this is quite a long video. This was 30 minutes of or 3 hours of footage. Usually it's like 2 hours or an hour, 30 minutes. This is 3 hours, so it's 10 times speed. I'm kind of test driving it because I was struggling to make the engine feel really good. The engine was like a big issue with this tank, right? And so a lot of this time is going to be spent working on the engine. And for a tankette, this thing has a lot of armor. And there's going to be two variants. There's the clean variant that is no extra armor, no added armor, no fenders, nothing. And then the modified version that's going to have the armor and stuff on it completely. I'm not quite sure if I said this earlier. 2 Sprocket videos in one day. It's a New Year's miracle. Not like anybody watches these videos anyways. I can pull up the statistics. I got like 20 views in a week. I don't even think it's been a week since that video was posted. But these don't really get a lot of views. I don't care. I like making these. I'm getting better at commentary. I think my first commentary, the first Sprocket video, is probably better than this, but I'm getting better at talking at random subjects on my 3rd video I'm making about this. And I just like playing Sprocket, you know. I kind of set aside the game, and then I really wanted to play it again, but because my scroll wheel's broken, I can't really do zoom controls, and so I've been like, until Christmas, since August, basically, I've been like, I really want to play Sprocket, I really want to play Sprocket, and then I watched Patchbits, and I'm like, bro, why? This is like me, I'm so jealous, because I can't play Sprocket, I don't have a scroll wheel. I mean, I could play it, it just wouldn't be easy. I mean, I would occasionally hop on and just look at my builds. But I couldn't do much, you know. But now, got this new mouse for Christmas, and we can play Sprocket. It's like, it's a Christmas, New Year's miracle, okay? And so, we have to remake the whole of this tank because it's got some weird symmetry issues. Not quite sure where I went wrong, but it messed itself up. I don't know why it does this. You split apart in the wrong area, you extend apart in the wrong area, and next thing you know, the whole tank just doesn't work. Right? And yeah. Oh god, I ran out of topics to talk about. Um, I guess I could talk about my alternate history in my terrible English, because I suck at talking for long periods of time. It's only been 4 minutes, but I just got done recording the oscillating heavy turret tank, or heavy tank video with the quad tracks, like not even 5 minutes ago. Um, yeah, so the alternate history, World War II extends to 1949, and before I go deeper, I don't care if it's realistic or not. I once made a sprocket I was gonna do a sprocket competition when you could still do community competitions. I don't think they do that anymore. I looked in the Discord and they changed a whole bunch of stuff from then. And I made a map. And I think I deleted it after this. But it had a bunch of countries, and I'm like, is this good? Y'all like these countries placement? And there's this one guy, and he's like, ugh, just stupid polygons drawn on a Google Maps. You're never going anywhere in life, kid. And I'm like, whoa, why are we being so hateful? He's like, realistically, it doesn't make sense. And the other people are like, it's just a sprocket competition. Who cares if it's realistic? This game isn't realistic, right? And I didn't make sprocket competitions since. I haven't ever made one. I participate in them, but like, just after that one guy, I don't really do world building that much because of that one guy. And I mean, like, if somebody doesn't like your work, that doesn't mean don't stop doing it. It wasn't the only issue I stopped doing world building. I mean, I had school, and for some reason, our school blocked Google Maps. Why did our school block Google Maps? That was probably our fault, because in school we got bored, and we'd play something we called Country RP, where we'd draw a map on Google Maps, right, and we'll roleplay as those countries, and eventually, I guess, they finally caught up to us, and the school was like, nope, Google Maps is blocked. I think they recently just unblocked Google Maps, but I could be wrong. But where were we? I think the alternate history, right? It's not realistic, okay? There's your disclaimer. That's what I was getting at. But after 1949, that's when World War II ends. Basically, Germany does a bunch of different things and start the war that lets them successfully invade Britain and stall the war out. And by 1945, they are like pretty much dying, but they stall it out to 49, right? They still can fight. And France is starting to rebel, and so France designs a bunch of tanks. We'll see a bunch of those designs because I'm going to build a bunch of them. But one of the tanks they design in 48 is the oscillating turret tank, right here, the AMX-4. I think it's the AMX-4T. I could be wrong. It's the AMX-4T. I'm very certain. Not quite sure what we're doing there. We're looking at like our DMs. Oh, I know what was going on. I think it was like, never mind, because if you're watching this, you're probably a Sprocket player. You wouldn't play GD. Who knows? It's not relevant to this. But by the time France rolls these out, it's like 51, or it's 49 off 51, and only like 10 were built, I guess, or I think. I'd have to go check my notes again on this. Only like 10 were built, and only one saw engagement against panzers. Like, it was a few panzers and a bunch of infantry, and it had to retreat. It was just, it's got, for its size, it's pretty gunned, but it's just not enough to fight tanks. And so it was scrapped. A good feature of this is it could be airdropped, like dropped out of a plane, right? But I still need to add, like, because it doesn't have parachute hooks on it, so I'd have to add that. But it was scrapped in favor of a different tankette, which that different tankette we are going to build in another video. Don't worry, I'm not going to spoil it. Definitely not an excuse for not having it designed. Shush. Listen, I'm making stuff up as I go. It's fine. We'll make another tankette. And then I also had an idea for the MBT tankette, because I saw a bunch of cool things in Patchbits' community. And I'm like, I'm inspired. I want to build some things. And so, 2 new tankets. 2 tankette videos. We're gonna build 2 tankettes. Maybe I can make them in the same video. Maybe I can make one big video, like a 50-minute video. Nobody would watch a 50-minute Sprocket video, let's be real. God, it's not gonna stop me from making one. Um, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, I just fidget with my keyboard. I mean, like, it's so fun to click. We're going to read up on the gun because I want a historically accurate gun. This is a World War I gun, so like, oh, it's not really effective, but apparently Sprocket doesn't care. It works. Not quite sure what's going on with the crew down there. His feet are freaking out. But, I mean, there's space for two of them. I mean, it's pretty big for a tank, to be honest. I'm probably gonna cut that out. I'm not sure how I'm gonna cut out a voiceover. That was so random. Like, that sneeze just came out of nowhere. I haven't been coughing, if you've noticed, unlike the other videos. And then I just randomly sneezed. Like, life is actually playing with me right now. We're gonna add a coaxial 20mm, which is gonna be more of like a ranging gun for me when I actually use this on combat scenario. But it's Sprocket, so it's still pretty good. It's not bad. And it's actually got some really good stats for 20mm because Sprocket, once again, is not the most realistic. We're gonna add a gun sight, right? Not the best gun sight. It's functional though. Because I mean, it's not a big turret, so you're not gonna notice like less detail. And I was gonna rotate it, but you can't really do that, unfortunately. But its turret traverse is really good. And I mean, that makes sense. It's like very lightweight. But pretty good. The front armor for being a tankette is insane. It's got like 57mm armor at the front. And I do have to, I decrease a bunch of the values because I was trying to get the modified version below 5 tons because apparently that's like the general weight of a tankette. If it's above 5 tons, it's not a tankette anymore. That's what I got from Google. So I'm gonna do that. And then we also add a bunch of extra armor there. It's kind of ugly, if I'm being honest, which I am being honest. So it's ugly. But yeah, we're gonna up armor it appropriately. I'm running out of things to say. I'm sorry. We're gonna up armor the turret, but we're gonna de-armor it slightly. That way we can, like I said before, stay under 5 tons. But it's just not feasible. So we're gonna just make a clean version that doesn't have that extra armor on it, right? And that way we stay under the 5 tons. Because I don't know. Because I kind of want this to be in a video. Because if it's in Patchbits video, that's free views. Okay. I'm totally not exploiting the fact that if this gets seen in a video, I get views, right? I'm definitely not doing that. Why would I do that? Hey, you gotta grow somehow, right? And also, like, I kind of wanted to make this because, like I said, that my new alternate history. Not quite sure what I'm making. Oh, I'm making a hatch right here. Now, I like the shape of the hatch, but then I really have to scale it up to be huge because, I mean, I didn't account for the size of the crew, so this hatch has to be huge to fit, right? And we're gonna scale it up. It's gonna look goofy. And I don't even think oh no, I do. I'm not lazy to make a custom hatch, so I just take a hatch out of there, yeah, right there. And I scale it down a little bit, and I fit it in, make it look nice. And that's the hatch. Now, I just remember this. I want to go into depth on the 20mm. 20mm would be belt fed, but you can't really do that in this game, unfortunately. So there's gonna be no belt fed. We're gonna check out the damage. I do seem to kill the crew, and it can pin itself, which is a little scary. So we're gonna up armor that. We also need to start working on the roof, and that's what we're gonna do. So we're going to move those up because like the driver can't really sit back anymore, so the whole hull just kind of has to be bigger. I'm not quite sure. Oh, I think I was looking up the weight specifications of a tankette. That's what that was. Because I want to make sure this is appropriate size. I do everything. I rescale the sprocket. I rescale wheels. I even change the size of the engine. I'm trying to get this. Like, I'm really trying to get this under 5 tons. And it's just not going to happen because I don't even have the roof of the vehicle on there yet, right? I decrease fuel tanks. Like, I really try. But it's just not, it's not happening. So, yeah. We're going to, yeah, even shorten the engine deck of all things. Like, we're really trying. Like, less ammo load, which I'm probably gonna fix that, actually. Probably gonna go in and give it more ammo. And I even decreased turret traverse to make it work. Like, I'm desperate. But we have to go add the turret now. And like I said with the heavy tank video, if you haven't seen that one yet, the side, it looks goofy from the front because like the turret's tiny compared to the rest of it. So I try my best to add like a little overhang on it to make it look better, but it kind of doesn't do that much. It doesn't do its job that effectively. Gonna work on the turret shaping a little more, or the hull, the top of the hull, and that should be the tank relatively done. And then I think after I finish like decorating, I'm making the travel lock on it, and I'm trying my best to make it look big because it's gonna have to extend up and lock on the tank. And the reason I have it at an angle is that way the gun, or the, not the gunner, the driver can still reach or stick his head out even if the travel lock is there. Usually you put the travel lock on the back of the tank or the front of the tank, but I didn't think of that at the time. Gonna work on the engine deck, add a little more details like tow hooks. I'm gonna scrap that because we want an engine door because you want to get your engine out the vehicle. And we're gonna also hide exhaust in those like vents on the side. I'm gonna try to kill it, and like compared to that thing, we are tiny. Like the size difference is insane. So now I think I'm gonna start working on the clean version. No, we're adding a little extra details, a little greebling to make it look more complete, which is reasonable. We're also gonna cut that out because the tow hooks are gonna be welded to the hull, so like the extra armoring would have to be around it, right? And like my throat, it's like it's getting like thick in there. My mouth feels thick because of how much talking I'm doing. Now we're gonna start making the clean version, so we're gonna start stripping down of like all the extra armor, all the greebles, get rid of that, and that's the clean version. I'm gonna fix up a little bit of geometry, and to Dooms, we're gonna take the modded version because the extra armor really helps. And this was really effective because I think it has like negative 13 degrees of gun depression, which is insane. So it's very effective. We struggle to pin the Allen, like it's got quite some armor, too much for a gun. And I mean, we really struggle to kill a bunch of these tanks. So we kind of just have to shoot them in the engine and hope for the best. Like we hit that guy and it did nothing. I think I used the 20mm. We'll see, because it'll be the bottom one. I think I wanna. I mean, this is a completely side note, but I think I should work on the War Thunder video and Deep Rock Galactic video either today or tomorrow, just so I have more content. You know, apparently Deep Rock Galactic's like a big game, or I assume it has a big community, so the video should do well. I might re-record it because I sound like more depressed at the end, but back on topic. We're getting so sidetracked. We finish the battle, we win, but we're gonna go around finish people up because the Allen is still moving, and somehow we ammo rack it, which is insane. This tank, really effective. And subscribe, because saying subscribe apparently boosts subscribing rate. So subscribe, like the video, share it, comment if you want more. Yeah, that's it.